a father that thinks that men are not allowed to feel feelings, the father that thinks that men, that I don't know why I'm hearing that macho kind of a, right, that player. Maybe you had a father who was, it's a detail, it's a, maybe a detail for some of you, but it's coming to my mind, that entertainer, you know, it's like that everybody likes him, everybody thinks he's great, but inside of the house he's a crappy partner. He doesn't accept the equality of his feminine. He doesn't know how to hold space for her emotion. There's a reason it's coming to my mind. Let's do a few more. Detox time. That's really nice. Number 55. Number 55. So maybe you have been hermiting, detoxing. Maybe you have been recently finding yourself living a healthier life. I don't know why I'm hearing resigning substances. So whether in the past you like to have a drink or smoke maybe as well. That you're choosing healthier habits, but I'm hearing as well healthier. I don't know why I'm hearing like a daily routines, but they're showing me specifically sleeping. So maybe in the past you had a very unhealthy sleeping routine, sleeping hygiene. So maybe you didn't have like a regular hours for sleep. Maybe you didn't prioritize your sleep. Maybe you would not go to bed until the moment you were like exhausted, which usually comes from anxiety. And now you actually have maybe your bedtime. You know, take a nice shower. Maybe you read a book before you go to bed. You're honoring your body a little bit more, I'm hearing, which is nice. It's you're understanding that our body is a vessel. We should treat it with respect. Everything that we put into our body, not just foods, but also energetically, right? So music we listen. I always say this to you guys, people that we spend time with, activities that how we listen to our body, how we honor what our body is trying to say to us. That's really nice. You're changing. Your consciousness is expanding. You're becoming more self-aware. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Number 46. I feel like you're already in this energy, right? So go hermit as well. So maybe you have been hermiting, like I said, detoxing, hermiting, but believing in yourself. I feel it's coming. You're believing in yourself a little bit more. As you dropped, I feel this behind the mask card that we pulled first was sort of like the breakthrough moment. So as you started to be more courageous in expressing who you are, your feelings, your desires, the authentic you, right? In self-expression and how you speak and how you dress and what you want to do, saying no to certain things, I'm hearing as well. You've definitely been doing healing with all the previous spread that we did, but the locked heart, the father wound, the detox, it's beautiful energy. You rolled up your sleeve. You're doing the work. So give yourself a pat on the back, whether you know it or not. You're doing the work, which is amazing. We'll do guidance as well. Let's do one more, but with that, yes, you can. I feel you're believing in yourself more, but this is your confirmation. They wanting you to believe in yours. Maybe I should read through this. You are a powerful being of light. Yes, you are. An infinite and eternal soul living a human experience. When you enter this frequency fully, nothing can really stop you. Train yourself to respond with yes, I can, instead of reacting with no, that's not possible. Who decided that is and what is and isn't possible in this physical world? Our scientific knowledge as humans is very much limited. We barely scratch the surface on the secrets of the universe. So open your mind and set it to the frequency of unlimited possibilities. Perhaps what is now unfolding in your life isn't some unexplicable magic. It's just reality we haven't yet discovered and understood fully as humans. That's exactly that. And it's also making me think of the moment when the masculine, you realize the magic of this journey, the magic of this connection, everything that you doubted, everything that you thought it wasn't possible, it's just unfolding in front of your eyes. It's still there. Yes, you can. You can achieve anything. You are the architects of this physical world. You're magical beings, true divine masculines on a divine love journey. You're magical beings. Magical. One more. You attract what you are. Number 37. Communication is a two-way street, so maybe you've been reviewing your communication with people, with your feminine from the past. You have been doing some reminiscing. We said that. But you attract what you are. I think, again, you already know this, and my mind goes back to that behind the mask. You would realize now, this collective, that because you were wearing a mask, because you were in your distorted energy, this is what you attract. It wasn't bad luck that you were surrounded by karmic friends and karmic women. It was you. You were wearing a mask. You had a locked heart. You had unhealed wounding. So you would attract that energy. And as you started to drop the mask, to be more authentic, to love yourself more, to put in boundaries, you've detoxed your time, you've detoxed your life, you started healing, you started believing in yourself and things that you can do. You're now not noticing that you're attracting different kind of experiences, different kind of people. I don't know why I'm hearing even different kind of content on social media. Maybe you should do a detox of, it's coming to my mind. So it's coming to my mind for a reason. Like sometimes people say that, internet is an evil place and it's so much, right? It is what we choose it to be, right? We're shown content that we follow, and we follow what we're interested in, right? So internet can be full of beautiful information that expand our mindset, that help us to grow. It's a choice that we make. So a detail, again, reason it came to my mind, maybe you should do a little detox, go through, like, whether you are on Instagram or TikTok, go through the pages that you follow, unfollow what no longer is it. People underestimate the beauty and the magic and the power of declutter when it comes to your house, when it comes to your social media, when it comes to even your phone, and like how your phone is organized and all the application, right? We should periodically go through these things. Well, who you actually follow on social media? Are you still following some ex-girlfriends? Are you still following some accounts that are, maybe not the nicest energy, or a bit of a shady or sarcastic, or what resonates? Do that check. What resonates today with the new me, with the me without the mask? It came to my mind for a reason. All right, we've got your energy, and your energy is truly beautiful. I'm loving it. So we're going to tap into the energy of your connection, because that's what we wanted to do. Remember, that's what we wanted to do for you today. So I want to do these. So you know what's going on with your feminine a little bit. What's going on with your feminine? What's going on with your feminine? Okay, we have December 22nd, February 6th. Winter. This is now. This is important. So maybe there's an important shift for you, for your connection. Maybe these dates are important for you. Maybe those are dates that you tend to think of your feminine a little bit more. Maybe something is coming as well in those dates. I don't know why I'm hearing a window of opportunity. Sometimes we work in cycles, which is absolutely okay. I always explain this to you guys. You cannot miss it entirely. You can just miss the cycle. But there's a reason I heard the window of opportunity. So maybe this is again, us divines, we can come into union in cycles of 9 months. We work in cycles of 9 months. If we miss the cycle, it means that there's more things that need to be worked on. There's more things that, right? So maybe this is your window of opportunity to reach out, to close certain things and start a new cycle, to be able to reach that union at the next, do you know what I mean? Until February 6th. Let's see what else. There's a reason it's coming to my mind, but let's see what else. Oh, I don't think I can show this because of but it's triggered. It's triggered. We have triggered. I'm thinking, to be honest, it's coming to my mind more contemplation on triggers, more of awareness. I want to do two more, but maybe this winter time tends to be a triggering time of the year, not only because of the holiday season, but people are programmed to think that the year is ending, which is not true. But it's also this deep winter, the darkness, right? The veil is thin. Confirmation in the 12 days of Yule, right? From the winter solstice for the next 12 days, the veil is very thin. The shadows come forth. So maybe it's been, I want to do two more. Hold on. Reinvention, metamorphosis of the mind and spirit, changing oneself into something better, working on shadow aspect, becoming aware of strength and weaknesses. So maybe you are mirroring, right? Obviously, the feminine, we lead the way on this journey. We're a little bit a different place, but I've explained this to you guys. I don't want to go into that right now because, again, this would be a super long video. You can watch my Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine masterclasses, but I explained this a lot. We develop and we grow, we bloom a little bit differently on this journey. The awakening of a feminine is sort of a spiral that starts from the day you activate us and you awaken our kundalini, and it takes many, many years, whereas the masculines, it's like the changes underneath the shell, underneath the armor, and then it breaks and poof, the awakening is immediate. But I feel like maybe this winter time you both have been working on what triggers you, analyzing your triggers, controlling your triggers, growing. There is this energy of growth. There's this energy of openness of the mind, of the spirit. We do go through powerful ascensions together as well. It's just that, again, like I said, we experience it differently. We are spiritual beings as feminines. We're spiritual teachers, right? Whereas the masculine, you're anchored more in the physical world. So that change is a bit different. But I'm trying to reinvent myself, to release the old me. I took you for granted, disappointed you, and deserted you when you needed me the most. I want to come back stronger. I can build something better with you. So maybe you are rebuilding. This masculine, you would be thinking about returning to your feminine, because we have critical junctures as well. Number 55, taking a big leap of faith, major decisions affecting the outcome, turning points, the evolution of the connection. I know now I have control of my life. No one is holding me captive. No one is controlling my circumstances. I recognize the power of my free will and I choose to be happy. That's a beautiful moment, because I say this to you guys all the time. Again, the masculines, for so long, you feel you are victims of fate. You don't understand that you're actually masters of your destiny. It's the dropping of the mask that made you realize that you attract who you are. That everything that was happening in your life, it wasn't bad luck. You were attracting that. You were attracting that. With this reinvention, to be honest, what I'm thinking with this collective is that you would want to come forth. You would want to come forth to your feminine. You would want to rebuild. You would want to... Your connection is going through an evolution. I wouldn't be surprised if you right now, both of you, are going through a deep change or an ascension or a breakthrough sort of a moment. There is energetic movement within your connection. The question is, and I think you are questioning it, are you ready in the sense of triggers? Remember, you were... thinking about moments when you come forth and then you retreated and then you said something, then you regretted it, that hot-headed kind of energy. Are you ready? Looking at your energy, to be honest, I think you are, but we're gonna do guidance. But if you're very self-conscious, give yourself some credit. Everything that you're realizing, if this reading resonates, if you're still here, You're very self-conscious. You understand things that came from your locked heart, that you had a locked heart, that you had a father wound that you had to heal. You've detoxing, you're healing. You had the star, you had the temperance, cleansing energies, really cleansing energies. Let's see what else. I feel you are about to take that deep leap of faith, to be honest. And I feel those are the dates. December 22nd, February 6th. But let's see what else. Mentally materialistic. Maybe because we're doing your joint energies, your current energies, what I'm hearing with this one is that maybe that's something that you still have to work on. Maybe there's a difference between the two of you, that was one of the blockers in your connection, one of the blockers of one of the societal issue, that the economical difference in finances. Maybe there's still, remember we mentioned this when we were talking about the Queen of Pentacles, that you rearranged how you really define success and the abundance of the masculine, the provider, right? So maybe there are still certain things that you need to work through. How you look at money, how you look at abundance. Whenever we're coming, it's coming to my mind, whenever we're coming from a place of lack, we're never gonna achieve anything in life. So maybe there's still some negative self-talk that you talk to yourself, like when you say things like, I don't have enough, I'm poor, oh no. If you say it, words are spells. If you say it, it's universe is gonna bring it to you. If you wake up every morning and you say to yourself, I have to go to work because I'm poor, that's all you're gonna get. You get to go to work. Thank you, universe, for this great work. That is, you are always exactly where our lives, especially on a divine journey, are divinely orchestrated. You are always exactly where you need to be. Every day you should wake up and say, thank you, Lord, thank you, Source, God, the Most High, however you call it, for giving me exactly what I need today. Abundance is having what you need at a given moment of time to fulfill your lessons, your purpose. You have everything that you need. Maybe there are still certain things, and that's on top of that trigger. So maybe maybe those are things that still trigger you. Maybe you see your feminine, but remember we also mentioned how wrong you were about your feminine, how distorted image of her you had. Maybe you also, when you look at her finances and her lifestyle, maybe you are also coming from a place of your own trigger, your own projection, your own lack, and it's not actually necessarily true. Food for thought. Past life. When I'm with you, I feel like I feel as if time just stops. And it's just me and you against the world. You make me feel like home. You make... I don't know how to read today, sorry. So beautiful. And I'm just... Again, when I'm with you, I feel as if time just stops. It's just me and you against the world. You feel like home to me. You understand me and I understand you. Maybe this is how you feel about your feminine. That she feels like home. That when you're with her, time stops. Intuitive telepathic communication, time seems to stop in each other's presence. Instant connection, deep emotions. Maybe you've been, it came to my mind, maybe you've been having some dreams or intuitive downloads about your past lifetimes, the lifetimes that you share with your feminine. What's also coming to my mind, because for a very long time the masculine, you don't believe in the magic of this connection. Remember, we talked about this as well with this card, Yes You Can, that you don't believe in fully in spirituality in past lifetimes, in that we are eternal beings of light, right? You're very grounded in the physical, logical. Maybe recently you have been expanding your mind, because we also have this metamorphosis here of the mind and of the spirit. So maybe you have been, I'm hearing, and they're showing me as well, getting a bigger picture, you know? So when you're stuck in this lifetime, in this situation, you're very narrow-minded in the beginning, right? And then when you start to realize that this woman is an incarnation of a spirit that is the other half of my spirit, and we've lived a variety of lifetimes together, true divines, true twin flames, our first and our last lifetime is always together. We are each other's first love, first intimate experience in that first lifetime as we start, and we will be the last ones. Not every pairing manages I've explained this in my masterclass as well. The last lifetime is the lifetime that we activate to the journey, right? So we actually come into awareness, we become spiritual beings, we awaken, we get activated to the journey. In previous lifetimes we don't get activated, right? Not every pairing manages to get into union, but we're meant to. If we're activated, it's because we're meant to. So if you're not going to manage this lifetime, you're going to do another rodeo, right? Because those are the last lifetimes, and we will be each other's last on this journey of life on earth. Maybe you're realizing that. Maybe they're showing you dreams and memories, and oftentimes, you know, masculines, you're more physical beings, right? So it's more of the awareness. So there's reasons coming to my mind. Maybe you've seen a movie that moved you in a specific way, or an image. They're showing me a museum as well. Maybe you went to see like an exhibition, or went to a museum and you saw something that activated you, a painting, and it brought you to that past life. It's like, you know, it's the inner knowing that we've been there, we've done this. This is what happened to us. Maybe you've been having some visions and realizations that are actually expanding your mind, how magical and beautiful this journey is, and all your petty problems. And there was a card when we said that it's all you. It was all you stopping you, right? We have a Libra, so maybe you are a Libra. It may be a detail. I know I act if I couldn't make up my mind about our relationship, but it was really because I was scared of hurting you, and scared of hurting me. Confirmation. We had that energy. You couldn't, and that in and out, that hot and cold. Maybe you had that dynamic with your feminine. One day you were hot and you were like text her and you were saying many beautiful things, and the other day you were gone and you were completely different person because you couldn't make up your mind. What is this connection? What is this relationship? Libras are beautiful. That's my favorite sign. If you're truly a Libra, it's this, especially for masculines, it's this perfect balance, because Libras, they have the quality to be childlike and joyful and, you know, quirky and weird and bizarre beautifulness, and at the same time, when it's time to be a man, you can be very responsible, very masculine, very protective, provider, right? You have it in you. Romantic, charming, diplomatic, fair, idealistic, social, clever, smart. Beautiful sign. Beautiful energy. Let's do one more, and then I'm not sure whether I want to do... I don't... Unawakened. I'm fearful of letting go what I have and what I know. What you're asking of me is impossible and makes me feel extremely uncomfortable. To be honest, I want to do a couple more, but to be honest, I feel like this is something you would think of, because we have those critical junctures, taking a big leap of faith, but maybe you still are a little bit afraid how your life, if you take that leap of faith. I feel like this collective, you're a little bit on a fence. It's like you miss your feminine. You know she's home. You know she's peace. You know when you're time stops, you understand, you would know you're in a journey, you understand what the journey is about, but there are still certain things. I feel there's this trigger about finances, about money, something that you have to work through. But you have the awareness now, this collective, the trigger comes from you, that it's not her, that it's you, it's your distorted image of a person in front of you. We don't see, as long as we're fully healed, we never see someone for who they are. We're projecting our own wounds, traumas, our own conditioning. It's really rare to have someone who is so fully healed to see someone for their true essence. But this is also the purpose of this connection, right? Even when we're healed, we have moments of see each other's true essence, because we are the same essence, the same frequency, right? This is why we have the ability within the divine love, to divine feminine at the bottom of the deck, to pull out in the beginning the worst of us so it can heal. But once we're healed, we pull out the best of us, the light within us. We magnify the light within each other. I feel there may be some things, I want to do quickly another row. There may be some things that you are still afraid. What change will it bring? Things that you... Change is always uncomfortable. Coming into union comes with huge change, but you're never going to get it if you're not sure of it as a masculine. Do you know what I mean? We're going to do guidance in a moment. We have a no, but it's funny because the no felt on the materialistic in a trigger, remember? I don't feel it's a no. I think it's a no, that you're getting something quite off. You're getting something quite off. That's what I'm hearing. I want to do one more just to confirm. Chaser. Feels unwanted. Self-blames. Feeling pain, hopelessness. Feeling unwanted. Masquerade. I'm hearing with these, you guys, that you're seeing something very off. So maybe you have an image of your feminine that maybe she has a lot of money, that she has great finances. But I always say this to you guys. First of all, first thing is that if you observe something through social media, it's not like, we lie or we manipulate, but people tend to, share things that are the happiest moments, or, I don't know, I get this feeling of misunderstanding, and there's also the other element of looking for your own projection, because you still have a little bit of lack. You have luck, sign. There's a reason I said that. You have lack mentality still. Maybe you still think that a man should have money on his bank account. Again, still a bit of misunderstanding. I feel it's just that there's a difference between knowing and embodying what a true provider and protector means. And I say this to you guys as a mantra. Provider protector is not the one that has millions on a bank account. Is the one that even if there's zero on his bank account, he says, I got you, baby, don't worry, I'll find a solution. Masculinity is about problem solving. It's not about having endless resources. It can be quite the opposite. Confirmation. I feel there's something within the finances that triggers you still, and it blocks you still from returning to your feminine. But remember, again, you had a false image of her, so maybe it's in your head that she would need this specific lifestyle or certain things. Far away from truth. It's especially these days, when you look at someone and it feels like they have nice things, or they travel. These days, I know many people, who have zero, okay, and just live in a moment and live right, but they just, it seems that they do. And then I know people who have a lot, and you wouldn't even suspect it for a second, because like they're very humble. And these days, in times when we can buy nice things for really not that much of I don't know, things are coming to my mind. There's something that you're not getting right, something that you're not seeing right, because it's still your trigger. It is still something that you haven't healed within yourself. You're not getting it right. Spiritual practices, that's really beautiful. I'm healing myself through meditation and spiritual